August 16, 2026. The financial world held its breath as a titan's empire seemed to simply cease to exist. Trillions were accounted for one day, and then, gone. This wasn't a market crash, this was an orchestrated erasure. This detail. At the center of this vanishing act was a man known only as the architect, a recluse genius who built a fortune from the digital ether. He controlled vast resources, operating from the fringes of conventional finance, unseen and unheard. His empire wasn't built on brick and mortar but on complex algorithms and secure, encrypted networks. Analysts believed he held keys to wealth that dwarfed nations, managed with unparalleled precision and absolute secrecy. This detail matters because it changes how. The architect's wealth was stored in a series of digital vaults, heavily guarded enclaves of data accessible only through a labyrinth of unique digital keys and biometric authentication. No physical trace, only pure information. This detail matters because it changes. Though reclusive, whispers of his opulent lifestyle occasionally surfaced, exclusive, anonymous purchases of priceless art and rare artifacts. Yet, these were mere footnotes to the colossal fortune he commanded. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline. August 16, 2026. A date marked by an anomaly in the global financial ledger. Not a loss, not a transfer, but a void. The architect's digital footprints abruptly stopped, his communications silenced. This detail matters because it changes how the investigators were baffled. How could a fortune of such magnitude simply vanish without a ripple? There were no signs of hacking, no forced entry, no panicked market reactions. The money was just gone. This detail matters because it changes how. They began tracing the faint digital echoes, looking for any deviation, any anomaly that could explain the phenomenon. It was like trying to catch smoke, searching for a phantom in the machine. This detail matters because it changes how the months turned into years. The prevailing theory emerged: this wasn't a theft or a loss, but a deliberate, calculated withdrawal by the architect himself, a complete detachment from the material world. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence. His lifelong practice of operating in anonymity and employing advanced encryption was not just for security, but for escape. He had prepared for this moment, weaving a web of financial invisibility. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence. The architect likely transferred his assets through an impossibly complex series of untraceable transactions, converting digital wealth into something else. Something that left no digital or physical trace. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline, and witness. Perhaps he funded a completely new identity in a remote corner of the globe, or invested in technologies so advanced they were beyond current comprehension, operating entirely off-grid. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline, and witness. Financial experts theorized about phantom accounts or exotic asset conversion, concepts bordering on science fiction, but they were the only logical explanations for such a complete disappearance of value. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline, and crucially, there was no evidence of distress, no hint of financial trouble, no personal crisis. The architect seemed to have simply decided to opt out of the global economy entirely. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline, and his disappearance exposed a fundamental illusion: the perceived permanence and traceability of modern wealth. The architect proved that true wealth can be as intangible and elusive as thought itself. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline, and the case became a cautionary tale for regulators and investors alike, highlighting the vulnerabilities in even the most sophisticated financial systems and the potential for total wealth concealment. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline, and witness. The architect's final act wasn't a financial crime in the traditional sense, but an extreme form of financial independence, a masterful stroke of leveraging digital anonymity for ultimate freedom. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence, timeline, and to this day, the fate of the architect and his fortune remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the digital age. He became a ghost in the machine, a legend of absence. This detail matters because it changes how. His vanishing act taught us that wealth can be liquid, but also ephemeral. The digital realm offers unprecedented creation, but also, as he demonstrated, unparalleled potential for complete and utter disappearance. This detail matters because it changes how the evidence. The vanished fortune serves as a stark reminder: true security is more than just numbers in an account. It's about vigilance, understanding the hidden currents of finance, and never underestimating the lengths to which some will go to disappear. This